Hey guys, we're back and we are bringing you our fourth and final round of Modern Hero tonight at Four Horsemen Comics and Games. We are going to be seeing Dredge versus a little bit of a brew.
It's 4-color, right?
Yeah, 4-color control.
No green?
No green. It
No
actually,
green.
with
Okay.
green.
With green.
Yeah.
So 5-color, or is it...
No, it's, when I said no green, I meant no, comma,
Okay,
green.
so no white?
No white. Yeah,
No white,
sorry.
okay.
That was way more drawn out than it needed to be.
No, it's fine. I assumed your punctuation was in a different spot.
It was pretty bad, but I went down and I quickly just kind of skimmed through the deck just to kind of figure out what's going on a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob has some of the the best green cards. He basically took check pile
Yeah.
and what equivalents he could brought it.
But, without Pyroblast and Leovold and Baleful Strix.
Yeah, and he leaned a little bit more into the green.
Yeah.
So he's got red for cards like Terminate, Colligan's Command.
Red Shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terminate, Colligan's Command, Olivia Voldarin is
Okay.
on his main board.
I'm down.
You'll
I
see
like it.
cards like Inquisition, the standard Jund style package, some Fatal Pushes, some Tarmogoyfs,
So it's kind of
Snapcaster Mage.
like Blue Jund.
Yeah, it's Blue Jund.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we've got Conflagrate, Copperline Gorge Mountain, and is that the one that dies and makes a 1/1?
Haunted Dead.
Haunted Dead.
So Haunted Dead, you can pitch some cards, pay a black and a 1, and it'll come back to the battlefield and bring a spirit with it.
Okay. So it looks like Joe was down to... Oh, no, he had the Faithful Suiting.
This is really weird because we're seeing a Fetch, Shock, Inquisition. I feel as though... And an Overgrown Tomb. I feel as though this was
Jund.
like a year ago.
Yeah, you're channeling your old bay.
My old bay.
Your old bay. Oh,
So we're going to Dredge 5 here.
So-
That's a pretty weak Dredge.
I said old bay, now I want seafood.
Oh, but you have Chinese. That'll be okay.
Yeah.
We do have Bloodghast able to come back, but it's not going to be... It's not hasty. It's not that exciting. And then I guess we're going to bring back a couple of other cards along with that Bloodghast.
We've got a prized amalgam.
Yeah, as long as Joe remembers that he's
Amalgam.
hiding underneath there.
That Bloodghast looks like he's from another
There
world.
we go.
Sorry. I'll stop.
No, you won't. Please don't. So at the end step, this prize amalgam comes back. Jacob's probably best avenue to win here is just play an early Goyf and kind of just beat down.
Yeah.
Get there quicker than Joe. A lot
Right,
of these
'cause,
control decks kind of have a...
Lightning Bolts and Terminates don't do a whole lot against Bloodghast and prized amalgam.
No, he does have a Scavenging Ooze or two in the main, so that could help out if he doesn't find... But he has to find them
Here
soon.
comes the Tarmogoyf. Is that Drowned Catacombs?
It is a Drowned Catacombs.
So he's playing Buddy Lands, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the new arts?
Yeah, they're actually really
I love
good.
them. I'm gonna replace the old ones in my cube with the new arts.
I don't have too many of the Buddy Lands, so it
It's
doesn't
not-
hurt my feelings too much.
For somebody who just plays Modern Legacy, you don't really need to own those.
No, it's just like me owning extra Windswept Heats. I have 8 copies. I have some 1-slot ones, and I have some of the new ones.
When I
It's
started
worked out that way.
When I started piecing out my collection, I think I had 12 Temple Gardens.
It's like me and Verdant Catacombs and me and Abrupt Decays. I think I'm on 17 Abrupt Decays at this point because I just play them in everything.
I could probably use a second set of Abrupt Decays and Verdant Catacombs. If I had
Those are the cards.
If I had another set of Verdant Catacombs and Abrupt Decays, I think I could have Shardless and Maverick build at the same time.
That's cool.
Except for Bayou, but...
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Like I said, it's just a couple of these, couple of those, just because those are the cards I play in everything. I might start trimming down on those because, I don't know.
Because it's money sitting on a binder for no good reason.
Yeah, cardboard money, yeah. I look through the binder every now and then. I'm like, I can build all these things. I just play Bugged Over Notes.
I just do this. Alright, actually, I was going to say I'm getting updated with the life totals, but we're actually fine.
Really? Yeah, neither one of... We're just flashing this Conflagrate back to discard a whole bunch of cards to get Dredges back in.
Cards, yeah.
And we're going to get a Goyf down.
Goyf, yeah.
It was a 4-5. It wasn't even a 4-5.
No, it was just a 3-4.
Yeah, we had no instance.
Sorcery, land, creature.
Yep. So this is going to enable Joe to kind of dredge those Stinkweed Imps back and see if he can get a little bit more of his engine going. I think Imp's Dredge 4, I believe. I think it's
5.
It's 5. It's the... Oh.
Thug is 4, Stinkweed Imp is 5, and the troll is 6.
So
but here's Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah, this is one of the best chances he has. Now, I kind of...
What do you exile?
Well, so you have a couple choices, right? Because once this dredge happens, the prize amalgam's trigger kind of goes on, so you can choose to wait for the prize amalgam, or you could just go ahead and get the faithless looting.
Yeah, because you
both
can't
are a
take
little
him
rough.
you can't take him off a dredger.
Well, he's getting really lucky here.
Yeah.
Joe's dredge is just not finding the Narcomoebas or additional blood gas that he can bring back. Hasn't found the life in the loom either, so you can't get that package started. So we're just going to send in the idiots here. That blood gas might be a little too frisky.
Yeah, because he's just going to make it a 3/3 here, eat the prize amalgam.
Yep.
Take some damage to do it, though.
It's going to net down a few points because of the fetch and the shock. That Narcomoeba is still going to jump over that ooze, though.
Yeah. It's got flying. Don't forget.
See, look at this mana base. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Overgrown tomb, stomping ground, drowned catacombs.
This is definitely something I can get behind. Love these greedy, grindy, mid-range
Dies
control
the Blood
decks.
Moon decks.
Yeah. Oh, I hate Blood Moon.
It's an evil. And we're going to block. So I do think we milled another Conflagrate.
Yeah. So maybe he's just doing that to get a damage on the Scavenging Ooze?
Yeah, Conflagrate's a sorcery, so like this is going to be second main phase. I think Joe's just getting a little excited. I think it's his first night playing with the deck. But, yep.
So that'll put 2 damage.
Yep, 2
so
damage.
So he only has to discard 1 card. So actually, blocking there was not ideal.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. That's simple. It's kind of one of those moments where you just have to wait.
That was quote unquote on board, but I mean, like keeping track of every card in your Dredge opponent's graveyard is difficult.
Yeah. Jacob's gonna go ahead and take 2 more damage here off of a water grave. So looks like we have.
So he's at 11. Olivia Valderin is pretty good. If you get to steal these guys.
Yeah. Well, one you can just ping the
Narcomoeba
and the. Bloodghast
is
already
toughness,
it's already a vampire though, so you can just tap 5 mana and take it.
Yeah.
Olivia Volderin's like if you ever there's an achievement for a Jund player, which I don't know if we're ever going to get back to that same style of Jund, but where you get to take something with a Volderin and you have a Kalitas. So it's a vampire. Yeah. You just start killing their stuff and sacking it off to your Kalitas.
As a former pod player, Olivia Valderin was a nightmare. It's like you have to pat the path now.
Yep. Just untap and start shooting all the things.
Yeah.
And it's also just like a flyer, so this guy she can actually just clock Joe. Now he only has access to 1 red, which is the ping mana necessary.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean that's not the worst, really. Send her in.
Yep.
We've got to start attacking at some point.
She's a 3/3.
She is boltable, but Bolt keeps falling farther and farther out of the metagame of Modern. It's kind of crazy.
Legacy, too.
Yeah, Grixis Delver plays it, but there's still, like
Check Pile's a red deck. It plays like 2.
Yeah, it plays 2 because it plays more Fatal Push.
Yeah.
So we're playing a Goyf. We're counting up. We're doing the Goyf count.
Really?
Should be a 3/4 still. We don't have an instant.
Keep meaning to get a Goyf die for the future match area.
Yeah, I should have brought one, but I keep leaving mine at home as well because I don't play Goyf decks, and when I do, I just don't use dice anymore.
Yeah.
Looks like we're gonna dredge some more cards back, running right into that glare there. So I can't quite tell, but it doesn't look like we have any more Narcomoebas.
That might be. This one might be a life from the.
Yeah, that's second from the top
here.
one. Yeah, I think so. So I guess that 1 Bloodghast can come back to play next turn.
Yep.
Just in time for
to get stolen. Yeah.
Have you seen the? It's like New Blood that. It's a steal effect from the new Commander set. It has an art of Olivia Volderen biting the neck.
I've seen the card. Yeah.
It's black and 2 for a sorcery that says, as an additional cost, tap a vampire you control, take control of target creature someone else controls.
Yeah. Like
the flavor on that card is just immense.
I mean, the flavor on Olivia is immense.
Yeah, make it a vampire, take control of it because I am the queen of vampires.
Yeah, her first activated ability is a bite.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just great.
So, here's the question: does Joe know that that's a vampire, and will Jacob take it?
We'll find out. Does Jacob know?
Because I want to take it.
Yeah, no. I would probably just take it right here, right now, and it.
Just main phase it. Just get, because it can't block anyway. Well, I guess you can wait. No, you spent your mana.
Well, he might draw land.
Just another Drowned Catacombs just come in untapped.
Yep.
Oh, there was a Misty. Going to the bottom, put a Serum Vision back on top.
Come on.
We have a Fatal Push, a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is not so good against the Dredge deck. Fatal Push kind of...
Not great. I mean, I guess it kills Narcomoeba.
It does, but so does Olivia.
Yeah. And that she doesn't cost a card.
So this ended up being pretty strong for Jacob. Joe kind of stumbled with some of his initial dredges, didn't get that extremely wide turn.
Can't block.
And Jacob's been able to find some very powerful quick threats. And has a second Scoos in the main.
And he has multiple... He has 2 green up.
He's double green up and the red in case he wants to ping something.
So this is looking a lot better.
Yeah, if you would have asked me how this would have gone earlier, I would not have foreseen this.
Well,
these
Joe,
control decks generally have a hard time with these dredge decks.
Joe didn't have a very explosive start, and his dredges were not very good. And Jacob likely drew 100% of his scavenging uses.
That's true. But Olivia.
And Olivia. So, I mean, this is getting stacked against Mr. Bussey here.
Get him.
Old Dakmore Savage.
Are we... Oh, It's a 1/3 with Death Touch that's not Death Touch?
Not technically, because Stinkweed Imp's ability is a triggered ability and does use the stack.
Really?
Yes.
It's interesting.
When it's dealt combat damage, destroy it. So it does use the stack. Which was relevant for me once, but I can't remember the circumstances. Alright, looks like we're biting the Narcomoeba. Nope, biting the Bloodghast. That leads me to believe he doesn't
take it.
Yeah, that leads me to believe that they don't or Jacob doesn't realize it's a vampire, or at least he just sees it as the more threatening one and wants to get off the table.
Yeah, I feel like you just take the 2, shoot the imp, take the imp.
Yeah, it's fair.
Like Olivia's like one of the closest things to a creature planeswalker since Deathrite Shaman. Like she's so many abilities, and her ultimate is just her flying and ending the game.
Yeah. I've seen her get
basic forest too. Jeez, this deck.
Well,
I mean, you have to, right?
I almost said like, well, you have to have your basic forest so you can open on like fetch forest, play Deathrite Shaman,
but play around the wasteland.
Yeah.
Play around the Azusa Ghost Quarter you to death.
Oh, that deck does look cool.
Yeah, and now you don't have to buy like $80 Crucible Worlds. You can just buy a $2 snake druid thing that lets you that you can green sun for.
It's my favorite card in that block. I mean, not that there's a lot of contenders.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fight in that block right now. I mean, sure, Fatal Push is cool and kind of enables other decks, but
that's the previous block.
Yep.
Fatal Push is from Kaladesh.
I just lumped them all together. I'm just interested to see what happens when we get to Pirates.
A whole lot of awesome, flavorful things. Probably not a whole lot that'll impact the Eternal formats. But then again, who would have guessed Fatal Push, huh?
Well, as soon as we saw it, it was insane. But we never expect cards quite that powerful to show up all the time.
Never.
You get about 1 every block or every 2 blocks that actually impacts the Eternal formats to the level that it has.
Yeah.
It's like, think about it. You got like Deathrite Shaman, Treasure Cruise.
Running Olivia straight into that Stinkweed Imp.
I think you just an unfamiliarity with like the exact.
Jacob may not have known the ability that Stinkweed Imp has.
It doesn't say Death Touch explicitly.
No.
So.
And a lot of times with those dredge creatures, like some players just only know the dredge and they don't know all the like. Do you know all of Golgari Grave Troll's abilities?
Oh gosh, remove counters, regenerate.
Yeah.
Make them big.
Yeah. I mean that's it. Like I was looking to see if you knew the regenerate one.
That's actually a giant pain in the butt to deal with.
And Golgari Thug, like I bet most people in our FNM couldn't tell me what the triggered ability on Golgari Thug is.
Something about putting cards back in your.
When he goes to the graveyard, you may put a creature from your graveyard on top of your library. Yeah. Which is good. Is sometimes relevant with Narcomoebas.
And Joe, if he has 2 cards, can maybe last an extra turn here. He does have a Haunted Dead hiding out in his graveyard. So you can always throw that back, discard 2 cards, bring back the flyer and the 2/2. Just kind of gives him another turn.
Yeah.
Dredge's actually a lot more deceptive than you think when you play. There's a lot more choices. You do a lot of weird things, but
It's not an easy deck to play.
yeah.
By any means.
You're all on percentages
Yep.
when you're thinking about your dredgers and what to do with them. But there's the appeal of just, Faithless Looting, pitch a few things, dredge back 5, get a gigantic, just hit one Narc Amoeba and, some extra prize Malcolms and just get them.
Yep. Got him. Get him. So many mountains tonight. Lots of
Yep,
mountains.
there it is. Discarding the 2, and you get a token.
Yep. Hiya, and Joe has the token with him. My favorite person tonight.
It's always real funny. Oh yeah, and there's a prize Malcolm hangout. Too bad it can't block.
The Goif, yeah. Or anything.
Yeah, that Scoo's about to be real big. We have a Fatal Push just for value, just so we get rid of the blocker.
Yeah.
Don't lose the tempo or the mana.
And then that's game, right?
Yeah, we have a Ooze that'll be bigger, and then
No blockers.
No blockers.
Yep.
Tarmogoyf's only 3 power.
Yeah,
No,
but he
4
just
power now.
he just has to eat 2 things with the scavenging ooze.
Yep, I think Joe realized this, and we're packing it up, going to game 2.
Game numero dos.
So Jacob also was kind enough to let me look at his sideboard. He has a couple of Grafdigger's Cage, Surgical Extractions, another big board wipe, and
Damnation
is it Staticaster?
is this deck.
There's actually at least one Damnation in his main. There might have been a second in his side. So I think
that
he's just
card.
kind of hoping to find an early Grafdigger's Cage. Joe probably honestly doesn't want to oversideboard. Maybe if you have some access to a couple cards like Abrupt Decay,
Yeah.
you want to bring those kind of cards in to fight with the Cage, fight with the Scavenging Ooze,
as a-
Errant Goyf.
As a dredge player, you just bring in your grips and your ancient grudges for every game too, I assume.
In Legacy, yeah, but this one we kind of get in Modern. You kind of get serviced more with just Abrupt Decay hits almost everything. The only card.
Well, that's what I mean. Your
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah, it's Abrupt Decay, maybe a Grudge because just the value of dredging.
Yeah.
Can still get the Grafdigger's Cage. For later threats and whatnot, obviously your Cage can't hit, or your Ancient Grudge in your graveyard can't be cast out. But
Jacob Woods must be a big Pixar fan.
why is that?
All of his sleeves say up on them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I work with every night. Every night I'm in the booth.
I like Pixar.
Well, they make good movies.
Yeah.
But your puns are just so rough.
Are they alien to you?
It's the Elven Mitt on his head that gets me.
No, it's pretty great.
I just had a friend who's watching the stream just message in and say we should stream Commander.
We did that one time.
It's real hard. I feel like it's really important to have the voice from everyone who's down there going on and chatting. There's a lot of things going on.
Ideally, there's a lot of cards that people may not know just by sight, so you'd want to have a 5th person, putting up card images on the screen, as
Loading Running Run does it real well, where they have a little camera.
Yep.
But
They actually use the same card scanner that we do. They just, for when we buy cards, they use that
Right.
for their podcasts and such.
yeah. So I don't know. Jacob could have a lot of other cards. I only got a brief look through his deck, so there's a lot of crazy things that could happen. Snap, surgical, snap, surgical. That's an exciting thing you can do. It's just if you can work your way through certain prime targets in the dredge deck. Certain cards coming out are probably Tarmogoyf really doesn't do that much. Some number of
boarded
Fatal
out,
Push.
though?
No, you go for other cards first. So it's Fatal Push, I guess. Could probably leave. Terminate's a little bit more worse in terms of mana efficiency, so that probably leaves before push. Liliana the Veil probably gets straight the heck out.
What in the world is a Craigasm?
Twitch. It's a Twitch thing.
Okay. It makes me twitch. Very uneasy. Sad. I'm just... Oh, sorry. I missed... Wow, I missed a whole lot of
Streaming? You missed all this? We looked at it. You commented about missing it earlier.
I went.
And then I thought you read it.
In the desert. I mean, it was a mall, but still. Okay. Brussels screaming. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. We good. All right. Looks like we're ready for game number 2 here.
Yep.
Jacob Woods, a player after my own heart, always with the grindy mid-range deck.
Always plays fair things. In our Legacy event last week, he played Check Pile twice.
Yep.
So played it each night, both on Friday and on
At
Saturday.
the Saturday on the team event.
Yep, I played them both nights.
Which, expect an announcement on another Team Eternal event soon.
Yeah, it turned out the turnout was pretty good, and the most important thing there is a lot of people were having a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I only had one Shriekhorn.
Yeah, so this was in the original versions of Dredge when they were right when Golgari Grave Troll got unbanned.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, do you know what this card does?
It enters the battlefield with 3 charge counters, and you do something to mill.
Yeah, so it's 1 mana, enters battle with 3 counters, you're right. Tap, remove a charge counter. Target player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. So this was like when you were trying to be a bit more aggressive on the all-in plan, when you were playing Bridge from Below, and they hadn't prized Amalgam, or even right afterwards, and you were trying to get on the suspend, the big guy, the 9/7.
Yeah, that guy, yes.
Yeah. When you're trying to work on towards that plan, this card was real great.
I used to play that card in my kitchen table mill deck.
Did you really?
Yes.
That's cool. So
actually, I think it was standard legal.
Joe's just going to activate this end step here, targeting himself to try and find a Dredger. After Jacob spends a little bit of time Serum Visions, he's going to immediately go ahead and find a Steep Queen M and go for the Dredge. I believe it's
Neonate 2 lands.
Conflagrate and something else that's hiding off of that camera
a black
for us.
Card. Maybe I can scroll up. Nope, didn't work. Faithless Looting.
Yep, Faithless Looting. We're just looking to hit our lands drops and do a few things here. Draw 2 cards, discard 2. So he does have Lava Axe. Lava Axe will kill just about any Tarmogoyf, any Scavenging Ooze, and Livia Voldarin.
Yep. Lightning Axe.
Lightning Axe. Lava Axe. I'm sorry.
Lava Axe has a better flavor text.
Oh, did we miss a land drop?
I guess so.
Looks like Joe either chose not to play a land or is missing one. Yeah, it's not Lava Axe. It's also not the Hatchet. I'm sorry.
Do you know Lava Axe's flavor text?
Which one? Because the original one was Catch.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
And then it's the new text is the slight upgrade from the Fire Hatchet.
Well, that's nowhere near as funny as Catch.
No, it's not. No. But it is like the most recent flavor text.
Is it standard legal?
No, I don't think so. Otherwise, I feel like we might see some randomly at a standard event. So Jacob's going to go ahead and surgical out the Bloodghast here.
Seems fine.
He probably also has access to Snapcaster Mage, because I would have gone for the Conflagrate. Conflagrate's that like nightmare for the control decks. Just having to worry about the other card again.
Yeah, Snapcaster or a second surgical.
Be real strong. Yeah, you also have a small opportunity to just untap and play a... Well, Skoos would die almost immediately.
So Goyf Fatal Push, but I'm not able to catch any of the other cards in his hand.
He shuffles real quick. He's keeping them close to his chest. Joe, on the other hand, showed us a natural state, which will be able to destroy basically any of the major hate cards that Jacob may deploy here. Only doesn't catch ley lines.
Yeah.
But since we're past turn 0, it doesn't look like Jacob has one of those available to him.
I drew 3 ley lines in a row once playing Shardless.
Are they still in your sideboard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I haven't really, since I haven't been playing recently, I haven't updated it. Yeah. I've actually only tweaked the list once since Top was banned, and that was just putting Jace back in.
Yep. Check Pile. I guess they're Check Pile and Grixis Delver, the only Pyroblast.
Yeah, and now I have thought about taking him back out, but I haven't seriously sat down and really thought about it.
Yeah, Check Pile, Grixis Delver, and then
those are the big ones.
Yeah. What's the uptick? There's an uptick in Show and Tell because of the uptick in lands.
You don't really usually like. I'm not. Pyroblast isn't a card that I wouldn't be surprised to see it, but I don't expect them to like board it in against me because they're not.
So Jacob Wood's taking advantage of his life told as a resource here, going with Snap Surgical or Surgical Snap Surgical, taking out a Dredger or nope, still leaving that Conflagrated, making me a little nervous.
Get him, get him! Come on, keyboard.
You can use the other numbers.
There you go. Is that better?
No. I don't. There we go. It seems more like a game of Legacy so far. There's a lot of interaction, a lot of the graveyard, and you also see a lot of spells being cast and surgical.
Yeah, I like this matchup.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna just activate the Shriekhorn and try and find access to another Dredger here.
Get them cards in my. Okay, so land.
Land on tap. There we go. On
there
tap.
We go.
Draw.
Yay.
He might have been keeping the fetch maybe to try and trigger a Bloodghast, but those are gone now, so I guess Joe can play his land freely.
Yeah.
Wouldn't worry about Lava Axing that Snapcaster Mage while sitting
Lava
at 20.
Axe doesn't target
Dang
creatures.
it, Lightning Axe. Dang it.
Also, 5 damage. That's a little overkill for a Snapcaster range.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like you don't
You're
waste it here. You wait for
it's a 10 turn clock. So no need to use it on Snapcaster Mage now.
Yeah.
Joe keeps milling over lands, dredging over lands. So he's not having a lot of luck with his dredges here.
No, definitely not. We haven't seen any of the major hits. Narcomoeba. We're finding another Shriekhorn. At least that's gonna.
Is that
the Shriekhorn or Conflagrate?
I
don't know why I'm tilting my head.
Conflagrate right there. Yeah. Oh, I do it too. Now, if I just put my head to this side, I'll be able to see. You have a land.
That must not be a land. My mind must. I must be Trixie.
Trixie Hobbitses. Rings are for Smeagol.
Well, we're gonna send the Snapcaster Mage in, I guess.
Yeah. Get info too.
Maybe deploy a Tarmogoyf and see if we can up our clock to, 6 a turn.
Joe is down to 18.
It's actually first blood. That's a little strange. Most of these decks have access to Mana Confluence and some fetches to tick it down a little bit, but
Mana Confluence is one of the expeditions that I actually think is just like super gorgeous.
It is pretty.
Favorite expedition is Wood of Foothills.
Ooh, Cinderglade actually is really pretty.
Cinderglade is nice, yes. I like Cinderglade.
And you don't normally think about those kind of cards when you're asking that question.
Because you don't play them.
I mean, of course.
I don't play Mana Confluence either.
There's like Misty's really pretty too.
Yeah.
But like that, I feel like that's low hanging fruit.
Yeah. All right, so here's another surgical. I imagine this one's going after Conflagrate.
We're actually going to use mana because Jacob's already sitting down.
Yeah, he's at 10.
Yeah, if the Bloodghast weren't gone.
Actually, we still haven't seen the card. Yeah, it's Conflagrate. Yep, that's what it is. All right, so and then that means we still have Nature's Claim, Narcomoeba, Wood of Foothills, and Lightning Axe.
So I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think he's milled over all of his targets for the Wooded Foothills, and that's why he's not?
That's possible. I mean, he's hit a ton of lands.
Yeah, there's a bunch sitting over there, fetches and targets.
Yeah.
It might be that, and if so, that's a sad way to go.
Joe Bussey's getting a shaft this game.
Yeah. We're going to go find ourselves a Euro. That is the France Euro purple pack Euroland. And just play a Tarmogoyf. Again, a little 3/4.
I would definitely play those lands if they came in Japanese. They are gorgeous.
Yeah, aren't they? No, they haven't. They've started doing a bit more promo lands with FNM, not FNM specifically, but with Saturday Showdown packs and stuff like that.
The Stand Showdown basics are gorgeous. They're really nice.
Yeah, don't they have just the? And they're doing those. Are those the next ones? The not full arts, but the normal frame.
The normal frame ones are Stand Showdown promos. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
They're really nice.
I'm a little excited about that.
Yeah.
I haven't played Standard in a long time, but it's still cool to see that more promo lands show up.
It would take a lot to get me into Standard. One thing that might do it is if like tribal decks are like actual competitive strategies.
Tribal dinosaurs.
Yeah, tribal dinosaurs and tribal pirates. If those were like actual like Pro Tour decks, like I might be in.
Yeah, there's a lot of flavor and fun that can be had for that.
It's probably not going to happen, but we'll see. Thank you, mysterious stranger who's updating the dice for our players.
I believe that's AJ down there doing us a solid.
I was going to guess it was Wyatt, but...
Yep. It could be Wyatt as well.
Yeah.
So...
There's the thug.
So what are Stug's stats?
Stug's stats. He is a...
How does Cedric Phillips do this all the time?
I have no idea. I believe he's a 2/1.
Yeah.
And when he dies, you may put a creature card from your graveyard on top of your library.
You know what he is right now?
Dredge 4.
A chump blocker.
Yeah. Oh, Thug Life!
Thug Life is getting run over.
Just like Yusuke Urameshi, he is ran over.
How did Yusuke die?
He got hit by a car.
Yusuke is from Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yep. It's my favorite.
Wow, I can't believe I remember that.
It's my favorite.
I don't think I've seen that anime since, like, Toonami. That was, like, 10 years ago. I'm old.
More. Probably more.
Yeah, 13.
I've been
14.
I've been out of high school for 10 years. You want to know when my 10-year high school anniversary is?
Last summer.
Tomorrow.
Oh, wow. You going?
Not as of right now.
Oh, okay.
There's alcohol involved, and I'm afraid I'll start telling people what I think of them.
Yo, no. You just gotta let loose on that one, man. I know there are some things that you just, like, you're supposed to hold back on, but that is not one of them.
I have a lot of old bones to pick.
A lot of people have changed, but, like, I get that. But that's just one that sometimes you just gotta get in.
Yeah. All right, so Tassiger, the banana hammock man himself, has joined the... It's not as bad as what I said last week with Wyatt. Wyatt's a bad influence.
Oh, yeah, with his air horn. Anyway, we're looking at 2 ripe targets for those lightning axes.
Good job.
Yeah, I figured it out. Both the Tassiger and the Tarmogoyf being primed suspects there.
Yeah, he doesn't need to do that before any other card types enter the graveyard, though. I'm not sure how likely that is.
Yeah, those Shriekhorns are going to stay out there, and unless we find some random enchantment or a Liliana, and I assume that most Liliana's been boarded out as the only one that's good in this matchup's Last Hope. So.
Yeah. All right, so this is probably Lightning Axe on the Tassiger.
And discard an Archamoeba, because that's never getting cast.
Nope.
And if I'm Jacob, I that trade kind of stinks, but I'm okay with it. Like, I'm willing to accept that.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Appeal it?
Well, like if you had a counterspell or something available to you. I mean,
True that.
But
just got our timer refreshed there. This matchup is going a little bit long. There's almost just 15 minutes left on the clock.
Wow, we're still not hitting any. Like, we hit the Pliers Amalgam, but we don't have anything to bring it back. We don't have a Haunted Dead, I don't believe, available to us, and that's not coming back till the end of next turn. And it's still tapped, so it does not get to block.
Yep.
Looks like Joe's kind of
between a rock and a hard place.
Or yeah, Tarmogoyf and a Shriekhorn.
That's what I said.
Okay. Jacob's just Serum Vision here for value, trying to find land drops to hit or other aggressive spells. Maybe a Cage just to shut this thing down.
Giving it the old good luck tap. I'm not sure.
How do you good luck tap a Dredge?
You tap all 5 or however many.
Alright.
Right now he's just drawing Cathartic Reunion.
That's not going to do it, Joe.
Like a hug from your mom, it does nothing.
Huh.
That was dark.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's the
chump blocker.
Yep, that's a chump blocker.
And that's gonna.
Now he's got to terminate, and that's the
that's
match.
a lethal. No, it's not. No, it's 6.
Not quite. Oh, yeah,
it's 6.
It's 6. We need a Mutavault.
Get him. Oh, we're just Thug's gonna put something on top.
Yeah, you got to resolve those triggers.
Well, you put if you put a Narcomoeba back on top, you know that
You
it's
can
gonna get
dredge,
dredged.
and it's a blocker, but you need 2 blockers.
Well, so you Dredge, you hit him. You know you're going to get the prize Malcolm back, but to some level you got to get lucky, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can cast the Thug again.
That's true.
So this
So
is
get
going to
that,
happen.
cast the Thug.
Unfortunately for our Dredge player down below, Jacob does have another Terminate that he's just waiting to fire off here on end step.
So this is the match here, but Joe doesn't he dredged the Thug, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It's
Okay.
it's the one card he's sitting here tapping, or one of the two cards he's sitting there tapping, trying to figure out what he wants to do. See if he has an out.
Oh, what is the other card? Oh, it's the Cathartic Reunion. Okay. So I imagine you just have to cast the Thug and hope he doesn't have a removal spell, which Mr. Woods does.
Don't thug me, bro.
This is where Joe gets lost in the woods.
Oh, we're even better here. We're gonna bring this back with a Spirit.
Oh, yeah.
And
But still, the Terminate gets it.
it does.
Yeah.
The line hasn't changed. This is a better line by Joe. It gives
Because
him
it
more
gives
of
him
an opportunity.
more creatures. Yeah. All right. Here's the push, and make him kill you. I respect it. Here's
Just
the
all the
terminate,
things.
terminating
Shoves
all
them
of Joe's
forward.
hopes. Joe's lost in the woods. Mr. Woods gets this one, 2-1.
Hey, no one brought Lost in the Woods to the deck tonight.
Oh, we should build that. Should totally build that. All right. Excuse me. Let me. Boom. All right. That's it for coverage this evening. I just want to thank everybody for watching.
Thanks for keeping us company on this Friday evening, watching a few rounds of Modern action.
And if you've got 3 more hours to kill before your sleeping meds take effect, go over to our YouTube page. Just search For Horsemen Comics and Gaming on YouTube, or go to youtube.com/c/4horsemencomicsgaming and check out the backlog. Mr. Wyatt Gehring and I covered our Friday Night Legacy last week, and those matches are on there, and they are super entertaining.
There's a lot of fun. They had a good time at my expense, but that's what this is about: watching some good Magic and having a good time. So,
All right, well, thanks for watching one more time. I'm Ryan.
and I'm Brian.
And check out Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming in Morgantown and Bridgeport, West Virginia, as well as Waynesburg in Pennsylvania. Good night, everybody.
Have a good evening.